quality of seed is a big challenge, whether it's cotton or wheat. Now consumers are asking for more and more organic products. Without technology, having these services and offering these services at a mass scale to growers is really impossible. Assalamu alaikum ji, my name is Zeeshan Baig and I am General Manager Syngenta Pakistan. Syngenta is a Swiss headquartered multinational, and in Pakistan we've been serving growers for the last 65 years. Earlier it was called Agri, now it's called Syngenta. As far as the contribution is concerned, now we all know agriculture contributes to almost 20% of Pakistan's GDP, and Syngenta being the largest input provider out of all the multinationals that exist in Pakistan, we've been serving our growers with high quality pesticides, seeds, and also advisory to a lot of growers as well. Yeah, so one of the USPs of Syngenta Pakistan is our franchise network. We call it NAYA SAVERA franchises, and the whole concept is, if you generally talk about agriculture input companies, what they do is they sell their product in open market where there's very little control over those distributors and resellers. But in our case, Syngenta is the only input company where we have our own exclusive 850 plus franchises. Now with these franchises, we have a very strong sales force who partner with these franchises. So in return, they're able to not only advise farmers and large and small growers on their crops, but also offer high quality products. So I think that's the biggest USP we have in Syngenta. And interestingly, in one of Philip Kotler's book, Syngenta NAYA SAVERA franchise network has been highlighted as well as one of the benchmarks for franchise networks. I come from a management consulting background, so I've worked in US, Europe and Middle East in the management consultancy domain, and then I worked in the tech sector. I was leading Kareem for Pakistan, where we scaled business from a very small size to a huge size. And as far as my background and impact I can make in Syngenta is, so our vision is that we really want to transform agriculture by enabling our growers and helping them create a future for agriculture. So today, if we talk about Syngenta in Pakistan, we sell products, we sell input products. However, if you look at the life cycle of a grower, there are a lot of challenges that grower faces, and a lot of these challenges are not only solved by offering these products, right? So there are a lot of other services that these growers require. So just to name a few, lending is a big challenge for grower. So offering some sort of lending solutions. Insurance, climate change is a big challenge, which due to weather, their crops are impacted. So insurance is another offering. So the whole idea is, rather than only selling products, yes, product selling will always remain our core, but we start offering a lot of services which addresses various pain points of a grower. So in this way, technology plays a very pivotal role, because without technology, having these services and offering these services at a mass scale to growers is really impossible. So in my view, we are very clear that technology is going to be really transformational when it comes to really creating future for our growers and enabling them to adapt new agriculture practices. We're seeing a lot of changes in agriculture. So to start off with, if you look at consumer demands, so the consumer demands are really changing. Now consumers are asking for more and more organic products. So their behavior is changing. If you talk about governments generally, the trends are changing there as well, because governments are now asking for more sustainable products as well. And lastly, if you also talk about sustainability, there's a lot of demand on sustainable products as well. So and also to highlight, technology is playing a very pivotal role in changing the behaviors, because earlier the technology penetration when it comes to growers was very less. Now it has really expanded. Mobile penetration is very high. So there are a lot of new technological trends that are coming into industry. So these are 3 or 4 changes that are really sort of changing the sector. And agriculture sector will change for sure. And companies who would adapt to these changes will actually be able to be in a better place where they can actually serve all those growers. if I have to name the biggest challenge, that's basically access to capital, right? So a lot of growers are not able to invest in high quality seeds and high quality inputs because of lack of access to capital. Now, at Syngenta, we really believe that if we partner with the right partner, we can offer a product to growers, both large and small growers, where we can give them access to money, and as a result, they can invest in a higher quality seed and a higher quality product which will eventually improve the yield for them as well. So financial sort of offerings or lending would play a very, very important role when it comes to increasing productivity of agriculture generally for Pakistan. So that's one of the biggest levers. Now, as far as Syngenta Pakistan is concerned, we've been actively exploring partners where we can partner and offer something for growers when it comes to lending. We've recently locked a partnership with HBL. This is first of a kind of a partnership where we are collaborating to, number one, offer lending options to our franchises so that they can extend credit to growers, but also come up with products where we can offer direct lending products to our growers as well. The first thing that we're doing is, we're partnering with a lot of insurance companies where we can offer various products, weather-based products, insurance products to the growers. So the way it happens is, so for example, recently we've locked a partnership with Salam Takaful, where we're going to offer growers an insurance product, and it will be linked with weather. So if, for example, in a certain area, the rain sort of is more than what has been expected, the insurance will automatically kick in. So that's one thing. Secondly, in terms of our products, so we have a huge global R&D team who is consistently working on doing research on new types of products, where we're coming up with products such as micronutrients, where those products will actually help the crop to manage the stress as well in case of any severe climate changes. So that's one thing. We've also launched seed care products, where you apply those products on the seed, and which as a result sort of protects them from various climate changes as well. So I think that's one thing. And lastly, and most importantly, we're doing a lot of awareness to the growers as well on how do you manage, because a lot of climate change impact can be mitigated through right management of the crop as well. So we're doing a lot of advisory through our sales force to all the growers, so that they can better be prepared for managing those climate changes. And lastly, and most importantly, I think weather prediction plays a very important role. Currently, if you look at Pakistan, generally the weather prediction with these growers is really poor. The best they could do is open Google and look at the weather predictions, which is not very accurate. So we are also actively looking for partners where they can install weather radars across country, and we can give better predictions to our growers so that they're more prepared and they can take any preventive measures as well. So if we look at whether it's wheat or even cotton as well, we've really seen compromised quality of seed as well. So I think that's where probably government can also play a very important role, and private companies can also play a very important role by making sure that the right quality of seed goes to the farmer. So the variety of seed plays a very, very important role. Secondly, as I mentioned, since the access to quality import and access to finance is a challenge for growers. So what ends up happening is either they would use compromised seed, or they would use low quality sort of pesticides or even fertilizers in their crops, which actually impacts the overall yield for them as well. Food security is a big challenge, which also means that not only government but all stakeholders really need to rally towards making sure that food is the top priority for all private as well as government stakeholders. And government, in terms of policy, can drive a lot of things. So just to name a few, seed, as I mentioned, quality of seed is a big challenge, whether it's cotton or wheat. Now government, through their policies, can really make sure that the right quality of seed is provided to the grower. So I think that's one. Secondly, access to quality imports and access to finance is very difficult for a typical small grower. So government can partner with the right private and public sector players to offer high quality products and high quality seeds to the growers as well. And I think recently, as I also mentioned, technology is going to play a very pivotal role in future. Having policies around, drone applications, bringing in, importing the right technological practices so that our yield can actually improve. So government can play a very important role in terms of driving those policies.